You spend a lot of your hard-earned money to purchase
Welcome back, Hard Facts 92.3 Nigeria Info. Sam Oracle Chinedu here. As always, we begin at the beginning. Yes, indeed. The River State Independent Electoral Commission, RSIEC, says it did not unveil a fresh timetable for the conduct of the local government elections. The commissioner in charge of political parties affairs, monitoring and security, Godfrey Woke, in an interview with newsmen, said this while responding to INEC's advice on the 90-day notice requirement to political parties. He said the commission rather relied on the old timetable issued by the former chairman of the commission, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli.
Yeah, the issue of 90 days. Now, if you look at the ANEC rules, they said 90 days must be given. I remember that 90 days was not given. That was why the election was cancelled. They made an announcement on the 5th of March. Right from the day they made an announcement on the 6th of March, we were assured that 90 days had started counting. So from 5th of March till 9th of August, the 150 days is still going, acting on their previous announcements. We have not changed. But there are some sections of the law that have been amended. But we're still acting on the previous announcement. So that amendment is still subsisting.
Okay. The RSIEC official further said almost all registered political parties have picked the expression of interest form to participate in the August 30th council poll. He said only one party has an issue. He also said the commission is not aware of factions in the leadership of the APC.
All the parties have already complied in terms of issue of expression of interest form. It's only one party or two parties that have conflict of interest. About two persons claiming to be the party chairman, and we're saying no, I cannot issue form to two party persons. So this after I told them that they should go home to agree who is the party chairman and come back to me for any of interest form to be given. But if not, I will not be a problem where double forms will be given to one particular parties. And I say I'm going to make contact with the national body. It's only one person that represents APC, no other person. So, but if there's any contract to that, I'm not aware of that.
Okay. So this is a case of to be or not to be. It is 21 days versus 90 days. Has any part of the Constitution been contravened? Is RSIEC flouting any part of the Electoral Act? These are questions that a lawyer or lawyers should answer. But ever since I got involved in political conversations, ever since the focus was politics, I have learned very quickly, by virtue of being a broadcaster on Nigeria Info and hosting shows like this, and by just being Nigerian and observing that the Constitution, like the Bible, can be interpreted from the position of interest. That means that if, for example, I'm interested in a young lady, I can find a way to quote a part of the Constitution that states that there's nothing better for her than accepting my love. And I can use that same Constitution to tell the one I'm already dating that I'm tired of that there's also nothing better for her than to leave my house. I've seen it firsthand. And I know that lawyers are skilled in this, I don't even know what to call it, this art of bending the Constitution and making it whatever it needs to become. But let's be honest, I don't think anybody should be surprised. Just going to court, and one lawyer is prosecution, the other is defense, it is the both of them doing the best, finding loopholes, and ensuring that their client wins. So it's always a question of interest. Now, you and I know that the National Assembly has proposed a constitutional amendment. They've taken tours around different parts of the country asking people to submit their proposals for the amendment of the Constitution. I wish that I was able to attend one of those sessions. I would have submitted that this judicial twisting, the confusion that comes from the interpretation of whatever the law says or what it meant to say, we need to do away with it. Because I don't get it. This same issue, I have listened to countless lawyers. I have also opened the parts of the Constitution they claim they were quoting from. And where I saw ease, it started looking like was. And this is exactly what happens with everything. The last time we were this confused, it was while we were arguing the Wike Fubara, the Supreme Court did this and the Supreme Court did not do that. And somebody would say, no, according to the Supreme Court, they said there was no government in. And you're like, can lawyers just be united for once? So now, we're stuck between believing that the 90 days is from the other RSIEC board and not the 21 days. Or agreeing that the dissolution of the board invalidates that 90 days and we've started from beginning. That's exactly where we are. Where do we go? I have no idea. My job is to ask questions and present the facts if they are available. So we watch, we wait, and hopefully this does not ruin us. I have a break coming up. After that, we talk about some nurses who are striking. Stay with us. Sam Orkuchinedu here. We're moving from that to nurses and midwives in the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital, joining the 7-day nationwide strike by the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives. The nurses began the warning strike on Wednesday, despite appeals by the federal government. Speaking with correspondent Martha Okere, the chairman of the association at UPTH, Madonna Wichendu, said the strike may affect patients on admission and others may be transferred to private hospitals.
They are self-centered. They do not prioritize things, especially health. Just imagine what played out a few hours ago. Yes, our female footballers made the country proud, but we never knew that kind of money is in this country. Meanwhile, the people within and around them are dying, even with adult malnutrition. The government should ensure they prioritize health. They prioritize the life of the common man. That was why they were voted into power, or why some of them took the power by force. Those that are working should have something close to living wages or proper living wages.
A correspondent who visited UPTH on Wednesday spoke to some patients who shared their concerns over the ongoing strike by nurses in Nigeria. They complained about waiting for hours without receiving medical attention due to the absence of nurses. Some of them urged the government to meet the demands of the striking nurses.
I don't like it because when somebody has problem, they will say the nurse is on strike. It's not good. We are here since. There's a lot of people here now today hanging around. They need attendance and nobody's attending to them. So please, they should meet up to their need and call off the strike for the sake of everybody.
Because we need them for a lot of things. And in their absence now, many things will not be going well. Patients are underwent surgery now. After the procedure, it's the nurses that check up, administer drugs. And
politician, a councillor that has not even a WAEC certificate is earning more than nurses. It's uncalled for. It's very unusual. So we should think of how to balance the society, balance the system. So it's justifiable that they should go on strike, although I don't know the demands. But I think government should be able to meet up their demand.
All right. So the chairman, Medical Advisory Committee, UPTH, said nurses' strike will affect the scope of services, but its strike response protocol has been activated. Now, you know that it's a serious affair. Well, every strike is serious, but I like that even the patients are in solidarity with the nurses, right? They're saying, yes, we know that we're not getting optimal service. We know that things are difficult, but please just respond to these nurses. And there are lots of things that you can get from what the nurse who spoke said, from the demands they are making. But, of course, the part that caught my attention the most was stating that they were kind of disappointed when they saw the federal government give those gifts to the Super Falcons. Meanwhile, they have been making demands, and those demands have not been met by the government. And so now it might be the medical profession versus football. That's where these conversations escalate to. And can we have these kinds of conversations? Yes, we can. Are there bases for comparison? Well, considering context, considering that this is happening around the same time. The federal government made promises a couple of days ago. Nurses are striking a few days later. Yes. Is the expectation for nurses or doctors to earn higher than footballers? Not necessarily. Because in most parts of the world, the average doctor doesn't earn more than the average footballer. Are the jobs of nurses more important than footballers? Yes. 100% yes. Too important. I'm not saying footballers are not important. Yes, they are. They bring some relief, some joy, some tension. But the truth is, footballing exists primarily for entertainment. Meanwhile, nurses, doctors, and those in that sector are essential service providers. Their job directly connects to saving lives. And we're not comparing nurses to footballers, no. We're just saying that these nurses have a right to be hurt. Which is why I had the conversation the other day. Is that national honor or national wastage? And under STP, standard temperature and pressure, if everything was ideal, there might be no problem. But considering the current state of the economy, the demands by various sectors for the very basic, that gesture does not look good. Just the other day, retired police officers protested in front of the National Assembly. You want to see any sector protest, but the police, the security sector, has a very bad look. So where am I going with this? I'm not saying footballers should not be rewarded. I'm saying we shouldn't have a situation where nurses are now pointing fingers and saying, look at what you did for the Falcons. Why is it difficult for you to meet our demands? And they have a right to to ask those questions. Now, would there be any world where doctors might earn higher than footballers? Maybe not. Because see, the way things go as regards payment is the sectors that get the most attention, to some degree, get the highest pay. So that's why entertainers, actors, musicians, footballers would always earn high, because this is a sector that has a lot of pull. Many people watch football. Many people watch movies. Many people watch. So that means there will be lots of investors. There will be lots of attention. And these industries are private sector driven. So they can always pump money into it. But health in a lot of countries is driven by the government. So what needs to happen? Federal government, please respond to these nurses. Let being a medical practitioner in Nigeria not seem like a crime. Let it not look like a curse. Because if for some reason there's no Premier League tomorrow, no Nations Cup, no WAFCON, yes, some fans will be affected, but I don't think there will be any lasting damage. If I wake up and somehow I can't watch Lionel Messi anymore, I mean, it's not going to do too much of a damage to my anything. But if one nurse, just one, does not come to work, there are lives that are directly connected to her absence. So we need to learn to give priority where it is due. Meet their demands. I don't think they're asking for anything impossible. Well, let me go through those demands. The nurses' demands include upward review of shift allowance, adjustment of uniform allowance, implementation of a separate salary structure for nurses, increased core duty allowance, mass employment of nurses, and the creation of a dedicated nursing department in the Federal Ministry of Health. Those are the demands. Okay, you can't meet all. Meet 3 inside the 5. Go to that very famous round table. Right? The table is always round because it's important that the table has no edges. Also because everybody needs to see everybody from any point of the table. And say, nurses, let's meet 4 of these demands. Last prize. Let there be something. But nurses should not go on strike. Police officers should not protest. Doctors should not complain. It just shouldn't happen. Because lives are tied to those professions. Moving from there to another profession that is directly connected to life, drivers, especially Port Harcourt drivers. Oh my goodness. Thank God for 2 things. 1, self-control. 2, sometimes I just know that if I come down to fight with this driver, I cannot beat him. So me is just staying back in my car. It's just no go try yourself if he beat you. If not, if I catch any Port Harcourt driver, if you remove these 2 things, I'm sure that if I catch that driver, we beat him. 2, it's not a crime. And maybe I can escape. Nobody will record me and say, no, be somebody could change that. I will deal with somebody. Well, I'm not the only one that feels this way. Some residents of Port Harcourt have cautioned drivers against speeding on the road. This follows an accident involving a minibus in Port Harcourt where 3 people died and others were injured. Speaking in an interview with our correspondent, the respondents argued that banning minibuses is not the solution to reckless driving. They called on the authorities to conduct regular checks on drivers' mental health and eyesight to ensure they are fit to drive.
Minibus should not be banned. They are banned again on highways. The best idea to do is just to educate the drivers. Some of the drivers who are using the vehicles, they didn't pass a driver's test. They don't know the rudiments to drive.
What happened yesterday is very regrettable. It doesn't have anything to do with Keke bus in itself. It has to do with the driver. It could be as a result of recklessness of the driver. Drivers should just be cautious. They should be careful. You are carrying people's life. Your life also is involved, and other people's life you are carrying. Safety is all that matters. Observe safety rules on the road.
I don't know if it's a make them ban the bus, because when they look some people now for outside, they use that they manage their self. Some driver, when they drive, they won't go where they won't go quickly. All those things that make they cause accident, they cause everything to the enter trailer for something.
I don't know if there's a rule that states that drivers of minibuses, right, even other drivers, but minibuses in particular, they are not supposed to check if there's a vehicle approaching before joining the road. I don't know. I how do I explain this? So you know how it works, right? You park to drop or pick someone. When you want to get back on the road, normally, a normal thinking person would use the rearview mirror turn just to see if there's a vehicle approaching. There's just something that tells them, put head, nothing they happen. I've seen this happen countless times. If tomorrow, the government of the day, whatever government that is, whether it's sole administrator, governor, or whoever, comes out and says, you know what? We need a statewide mental evaluation for drivers. But the government does not have enough money. Well-meaning residents of Rivers State, please help us contribute. I will contribute. I will go home and ask my wife, do you have any money you are not using at this time? Please borrow me. I will sell land that does not belong to me just to ensure that sanity is restored. Let's take calls. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06-416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please turn off your radio as you call. It's very important. Oracle, I beg, which voters register is RSIEC going to use? Well, they're supposed to get it from INEC. Have they requested the official voters register from INEC? Gold is asking. I'm not quite sure. Laws are not based on assumptions, except for the fact that illegality begets illegality, because the emergency rule in Rivers State is by no way an act of impunity to detriment of democracy and development in the state. Kelly from Port Harcourt says. Okay, let's go to those phone lines. Once again, 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Please turn off your radio as you call. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think we are getting something wrong here. My name is J.A.J. calling you from Rumigbo.
Okay.
When the Supreme Court gave that judgment on the local government elections in Rivers State, there are two areas that the Supreme Court dwelt on. One, the timing, which is the one they are talking about, timetable and no timetable, this and all those. And also that some people who turned 18, that the voters register was not updated before the election was carried out. I don't know if you saw that in the CTC.
Yeah.
So we just dwell on one side. 21 days, 30 days, this, that. What about the update of the voters register to also bring in those who turned 18 from the last update in today? How about that? Well, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't even know what they are doing. That's their own business. But the nurses and midwives going on strike, I think it's within their right. But trying to compare that, they gave the FACON, is that why they are going on strike? I don't understand. The FACON is a one-off thing, and their own is regular. So you have to take time to also look at the whole thing and their demand, so that you don't shoot yourself on the foot. And conclusively, the minibus people, I think this is my earnest prayer, that they should be taken off the express, the east-west road. Sam, have you been in this big bus that some trailer will pass with speed and they begin to shake? Have you experienced it before? Our people will say, if breeze will carry stone, what you not go do to ordinary paper? Those buses have no business on the truncate, the Federal Express and East-West Road and all those. They don't have any business there, so they'll be taken off. I take a bite if you don't have any questions.
All right, thank you very much. I don't have questions. I just have a contribution. I believe that the nurses brought up the Falcons because of the money the president gave. And the position was, so the president, I beg your pardon, so the federal government has this kind of money. So why wouldn't they respond to us? I'm sure that was their positioning. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, SOC.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
Yes, I can. Call it from Mubumi.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, Ezekiel.
Okay, SOC. I think for me, rejecting a ram and accepting a sheep goat, it doesn't make sense for me.
I don't understand.
SOC, you employed me legitimately, and later you fired me, you rejected me, you sacked me, and you accept my initiative. What does that mean? So if you ask me also, Mr. SOC, I will say that the research chairman has shot himself on the foot. I don't know if your standby yesterday was correct by the INEC chairman. Initiative of what River State research chairman is about to do, considering the time factor for the conduct of the LGA election. So let our legal practitioners or whatever commission or authority that is in this River State should please handle this issue before it will cause another political anarchy in River State. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Is it Ken? Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Oracle, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Kenneth. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Perfectly.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kenneth. I can hear you.
Okay, good. First of all, let me start by your illustration using Messi as the whatever you want to use comparison of football. Always like to try and use Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the best worldwide for all ramifications. Don't be bringing down Ronaldo. Ronaldo has 40, more than 40, still banging goals.
Hold on. Hello. Hello.
Then number two.
Hello.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What exactly do you think we're talking about?
I am talking to Nigeria Info.
Okay, and what are you responding to?
You made a comparison. Yes, you made a comparison about the Super Falcons, the role they play, which is under entertainment.
Okay.
And that of the nurses. You said if Messi is not playing, it will not affect anyone, unlike the nurses, isn't it?
Yeah. So what does that have to do with anything? Why?
Don't use Messi, use Ronaldo. That's my point. Then number two.
Kenneth. Kenneth.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
I want you to listen to me very well. That illustration was used to make a point. Anybody's name that was put there does not matter. I don't think I turned on the mic for a Ronaldo Messi argument.
The right illustration would be better. Okay, then comparing the Supreme Court judges.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Oracle.
What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chimadik. I'm talking to you from Mokuta.
Go ahead.
Mr. Oracle, you see, I have always been of the opinion that the suspended governor wouldn't have been the one that would come and maybe monitor or do this election. Do you see the kind of crisis we are having now? Even now that we have people that are non-River State people, that we are trying to see some level of sincerity in them because we believe they will not be partial. Now, the issue is that now, if a man has said that, I am working on the formal list that is being given to you people before, there was no time that list was cancelled, or that date. There was no time. And again, Mr. Oracle, election is not between the electioneers and the parties. The electorate like us just come to vote. Now, if the man said all parties has indicated their interest, except for the ones that have some problem, which he did not call their names, even when he even specified one of APC, he said it's only one first part of the APC that has come, and he has recognized that one. What are people shouting? Now the issue is that if you want to dare the devil as Tony Kocha did, why don't you just go to court on your own and let the whole process continue? Because I do not see where people will come and begin to do as they want to see the public. If INEC has issued a statement, it is an advice. INEC did not even specify that it's River State. It's an advice. And the man has said it that, look, I have even added more days to make it even more than the 90 days. Then you're saying the only party that should be treated in this whole thing to be my party, the PDP, and the Tony Kocha that the APC that went to court. All of them that participated before, didn't they have their candidates already? They have already. So I don't know why people are deceiving people. So to me, Chimadike, everybody should come on the 30th of August to come and vote their preferred candidate. And the issue of asking that, how do we know our candidate? Because it is short time, according to them. To me, it's not short time. But the election for local government is like a CDC election where we know ourselves already. You don't need to, what am I going to say? That for you to say a Jewish prophet to come and tell you that you know Mr. Chimadike that want to contact a councillor Rumokuta. Do you need it? The what I'm saying about our nurses, yes, for them to expostulate is easy, but my idea is that why would they begin to compare themselves with guests that suffer so much and begin to bring a kind of good name to the nation? What you're demanding for is a continuum for you. See, you even eat them, what are they calling them? They call it after you've retired. What do they call it? You will still be getting your pension. Then these guests will not get to lay this award or whatever grant that government is giving to them, and they will go. So to me, I don't know why they not see. Let them do what they want, what they are doing, but let them stop dragging the footballers backwards. Thank you. My name is Chima Dike for Rumokuta.
Thank you, Chima. Dragging footballers backward, he says. Hello, good evening.
Sam Oracle, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sorry. What's your name?
Yeah, it's Wala Wokoma from Oyibo.
All right, go ahead.
Let me just begin with question. Oracle, if our health system stop taken care of, would any need for our leaders to go abroad for a health issue? Would there be any need? Answer that.
I doubt.
Huh?
I said I doubt.
So, what it means is that our health care is not taken proper care of. And this is as a result of the personnel operating in a health system, they are not properly taken care of. Otherwise, our doctors will not be traveling out for greener pasture where they will be properly taken care of. I don't know why people are just arguing over this issue. This is not the best. Super Falcon has won a trophy for Nigeria. Let them not take this precedent. What we are talking about is that the amount that is going to use to reward these people is too much, considering the systems like health systems and education systems that are not strict enough, that there is no government whose leader is sensible enough that will spend extravagantly because award has been won for Nigerians. There is no is it the first time? Is it the first time? Let us just speak truth. They cannot allow our health system and the education system to continue to collapse. It means that it is neglected absolutely. It is neglected absolutely. Let them cut down, let Tinubu cut down the award, the amount that is going to spend to award this rule. Let him cut down these things. I am not happy over it.
All right.
Considering how our education system has become deplorable.
Okay, thank you very much.
Our health system. I am not happy over it.
Thank you. I have to move on now. Now, we're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and, of course, engage. Chima, SAS says refineries are not for sale, according to NNPC. Good afternoon, Sam. Help me ask NNPC, how have they been managing the refineries? And UPTH Nurses joining the nationwide strike is a disturbing one, as our leaders have failed in all facets, but often go abroad for better health care. But God, in His wisdom, bring them back. Oh, my goodness. Chima, really? Akobundu Gotson says, residents calling for mental health evaluation for drivers, true. Across board, even passengers. Yeah, some passengers as well. I think I might even need those checks every once in a while. You never can tell when you're losing it. Mutiu Ejalo Nibu says, RSIEC insisting on old timetable for LG polls. Says legal grounds intact. Yes, I support RSIEC in that action. It's constitutional to following the old timetable. And Mutiu once again. Okay, that's a repeat of his comment. Let's see, do I have some on WhatsApp? Yes, I do. Supreme Court said members of House that screened Enebeli-led RSIEC is unknown to law. So how would present RSIEC members rely on Enebeli given date for their activities? Besides, INEC said it will not conduct by-elections in Rivers because of emergency rule. So going ahead with council election shows that Rivers Sole Administrator is not law-abiding. Victor from Egbema says, the government should do anything serious to stop nurses from going on strike. Fidelis from Eche, they are already on strike. So at this point, the government needs to bring them back. Top of the day, since the crisis started in the States, is one problem to another. What I and you know that is in the Electoral Act is 90-day notice to all political parties. Confusion everywhere. Each lawyer with his interpretation. But one law school from, thank God, Ability Atuebu. Good afternoon, Sam. While it's good to prioritize the welfare of medical professionals, it is important to note that most of the medical facilities, especially hospitals in the Commonwealth of the state of Massachusetts, are privately owned. Most hospitals are non-profit institutions that are funded by well-to-do individuals. It's also important to add that almost all American citizens pay medical insurance on every dollar that they earn. DJ from Port Harcourt. Yeah, I don't have the facts. It's possible you live there. But I know that in every country, the health sector has a private and the public. There are private hospitals everywhere, and there are public hospitals everywhere as well, right? But what the regulators ensure that they do is to maintain a standard below which they cannot fall. And in most parts of the world, you get better service with private because it's according to what your money can afford. But let it be that if we mistakenly find ourselves in a public hospital, we know that we'll get the best available care that meets the standard. And in Nigeria, my goodness, standard is world apart from the reality. After the break, I take the final headline and take all the remaining messages. Stay with us.